couple of months ago, I had a really interesting dream, and then this particular phrase just kept echoing in my mind, and I'm like, what is that? Like, I don't know if any of you received these kind of things, whether it's a vision or a dream. But the phrase was 1 million empaths. And I kept going, what is that? What is that? That sounds really great. That sounds amazing. And what it is my understanding and how I sense in, and those of you who sense collective energy can really start to feel this interconnected web or grid or whatever you want to call it of people across the world and right here on this call who are waking up, who are opening themselves to their gifts, who are looking at what does it mean for our world to have a deeper level of consciousness. And yet I know when I first started doing that, when I first opened my community here in Dallas, I kind of felt like I was in a silo. I felt like I was doing that work by myself. And about 3 years ago, I received start the Global Cooperative for Sensitive Leaders. And so I put it on Facebook and it started to grow, and then we moved it here. And what I realized is that whenever I get too attached to one particular format, I will receive something else and things will roll forward. And so what's really come to me recently is how do we start to bring together in physical connection all of the different empaths, conscious leaders, light workers, or whoever wants to connect in, that are all serving and doing this work. Some people are writing or teaching or coaching or inventing or working in tech or working in medicine or working in education. It doesn't really matter. Some people are volunteering in their communities. Leadership looks like a lot of different things. We know there's this energetic grid, and we know that this in our world is at a threshold right now. I know, especially where you are, Joe, there's just been a lot going on in your country and in other countries, with politics, with the environment, just so many things. And what I feel called to personally, and some of the people around me, and Terry, you and I have had a lot of conversations about this, is how do we bring people together to support and nurture, to help empower people like us, and help support and nurture the work and amplify the work that we're doing in different parts of the world in our different communities. And so I'm announcing that tomorrow our community will be called 1 Million Empaths. Now, that doesn't mean that 1 million people are going to come in all of a sudden to our community. It's a long-term vision, right, about how do we start to connect this energetic web and make it physically manifest? How do we bring leaders together from all different sectors and all different parts of society and all different continents, and we start talking and having conversations about what's important for our world? And how we start to really get comfortable with, in whatever way that is, shining our light and helping to elevate that consciousness on our planet, to role model that wherever we are, whether that's in our corporate job, whether that's in our family system, whether that's the causes we volunteer for here inside the community. How do we start to really empower each other and uplift each other? And so I'm really excited about that. I've been working on our landing page, so if you go there, you'll start to see that. We will have a new website URL, and I'll send out an email to everyone, so it will be 1millionempaths.com. That's where you'll go to actually log into the community. I'm excited about this, and I think that it will really start to attract in more people and build some really great synergies. And really, this community is about you. It is about what you need. Terry and I want to know what it is that's going to be helpful to you, to be uplifting to you on a personal level, to help your personal growth, your spiritual growth, your professional growth, what you need to connect to each other. What kind of different initiatives or ideas or book studies or mastermind groups or whatever that is that you would really like to see, what you have time for, what you have bandwidth for. So this is a place and an invitation to just continuously give feedback so that we know that what we're creating is really helpful and is really, really beneficial. So, and we have changed our payment system to a pay from the heart. So now we have 3 different payment tiers. And some of you came in as the beta testers, so this isn't relevant to you. You'll continue to be on the free plan. But new people who come in can choose what they can pay based on their economic situation. And so, especially for people who are in parts of the world where, or in economic situations where they can't afford a lot of money, or they don't have as high of an economy as we do maybe in the United States or in other countries, people can afford to be here. We want a diverse global group. That's what we're going for. So this is our shift, right? A shift coming into this next year to really creating a global group, to growing at a sustainable level a little bit at a time, and building in new ideas and new things. And really, like I said, this community is for you. That's why we're doing this, is to advocate and to help to support and uplift and nourish you wherever you are. So that's my announcement. I'm excited about it. I think it'll be great. And when the Empath Summit goes live, we will announce that, and there will be an opportunity for people to come in and to get connected with our community. So you may see in March an influx of some people coming in to connect with, and that's nice. We like new friends and new people on the Zoom calls, and new people in the social feed where we can talk with each other and share. And yeah, so that's kind of what we're going for here. I'm really excited to make this announcement, and thank you. And then I'll kind of clip this so that everybody else can see this separately as well. Yeah, Joe.
Can I'd just like to respond as quickly as I can to both announcements. First of all, 1 Million Empaths. There's a good chance that I might remember that name, because I've struggled. I don't even know what we called just now. So thank you for that. And I love words. I love acronyms. And I was thinking, if you, and this is just what I, how I'm responding to it, because I just love words and things. If you found something to represent H, that then if you put in front of it, it's home, which I feel is quite nice. The acronym home. And Terry, I just want to say I've got 2 messages about the book study, and I would love to be part of it, but joining these groups is the first time I've ever done anything like this, and now I'm part of more than one. And one I'm linked to is a mystery school, and it's study, and it happens to be on the 3rd Sunday of the month, which I think is the same time that you were planning the book study. I think it was. So I unfortunately, I'd love to attend, but I can't. But and I think even if it were a different time in the day, it would be too much for me, and I would be too much for everybody else. So, but I think it's a great idea. I think it's really, really good. Yeah, yes, and the name, as I said, I reckon I could cope with that better than and I just lastly want to say that how much I'm loving these meetings, because I'm not too confident in with reaching up with people, and I've been practicing using you might have noticed the self-mute button. So everything is a learning for me. So I just want to thank you, and I'm feeling more connected to all of you, each month. So that's quite an achievement for me. So thank you for being so welcoming. And I'm now going to mute myself.
Thank you, Joe. We're so excited that this has been a good launching point for you to be able to get into other communities, and it's so important for us to find our tribe and to be connected. Absolutely. Did you have something you wanted to add, Sipal?
Yeah, absolutely. So Terry, for sure, I will be part of that. I'm so excited for the journey. And Bevan, what you talked about 1 million empaths, it really resonates with me, because as you know, I wrote my 2nd article on Medium, and I mentioned something called something about being highly sensitive person, and 2 of the people from India, they contacted me. And they were like, oh my God, now everything makes sense to me. that, and one of the guys, he said that, I am an INFP. And I was like, yeah, most of the HSPs are INFPs, I think. And he was so excited, and really, like, I think, especially in countries like, India, we don't even talk about, being sensitive. We don't even talk about being empathic. We don't even talk about helping others. So I think it is a very good opportunity to give them the chance to really talk about what they're feeling. And and he's a male, so he was even more ashamed to discuss this in open. And we talked for almost 30 minutes, and I explained Elaine Aron's book, and he said he will check it out. And one of my other friends, she's in London, she's also basically from India. So she said that, oh my God, I'm pretty sure that I'm a highly sensitive person. I was like, yeah, probably. So I gave her all the information. So what you're doing, this is absolutely very important, not only for people, in here and in Europe and Australia, but also for really developing countries and underdeveloped countries where these things don't reach.
Yeah.
So really, I think this will be a really good platform.
And I found a way to basically take the city and the country from where all of our members are from. So I didn't put any names or addresses or anything. And I was able to upload it and make a custom Google map. So I will post that in the community so you can see there's all these points of light where everybody is. And I'll just update that once a month as we have new people come in. It's on the landing page, and then we'll put it inside the community as well. And you can see there's areas like you're talking about, Suthal, where we don't really have members yet, but we're holding that space for, we need, members from Africa and South America and a lot of Asia. And so, we're just really open to people coming in and being invited in to join in the space and have a place where they can feel authentic and welcome and accepted and honored for who they are. And we're all on this journey. And please check out Suthal's blog. She's a new writer. Yeah. So excited that she's getting herself out there. And look what happens. See, as soon as you show just a little bit of your vulnerability, then someone's like, hey, that sounds like me. And you get to advocate and help someone else. So everybody has a different path of what that looks like. But yeah, we're so excited for you that you started that process.
Suthal, I just wanted to honor you. Your story just really is a real life example of the ripple effect, and also what we intuitively already know about this grid of light, points of light all around the world, that energetically there's already more than 1 million points of contact that connect all of us. But the ripple effect of showing up as you are, shining your being, shining your light from within, and your energy, and reaching out to open avenues of empowerment for other people. We just don't realize how we ripple out into the world. Sometimes we don't get real feedback like you did, Suthal, in that. And wow, that's powerful.
Thank you.
It is. And on that note, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate everyone who's going to tune in that wasn't able to be here live. And again, we just look forward to hearing from you, connecting with you inside of our community. And let's open our doors and invite people in to make this connection and to help uplift each other and to help us create a world that works for everyone. I say that a world that works for sensitive people is a world that works for everybody. A world with peace and love and compassion and empathy and equality and a healthy environment and all these things. This is what we're working towards. And we're happy to be a part of your support system here.